There.
One.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Mike and Dale Show, where we break down the macros, the micros, and today we're going to be talking about a little bit about gaming the Fed. I think that, some of the safe havens are coming off pretty good. Followers know that I covered my miners, like BTG was here last week, because I wasn't impressed that the miners were only in a corrective type move compared to gold just blowing off to the upside, and you're getting pretty good sell-offs across the board. Initially you would think you got to buy this break, and I'm kind of torn because I think there's a pretty good inflection point coming here in the dollar, and I'm looking for higher levels in the dollar. If you were in our room last Thursday, put out a sell at 104.10. I was going to buy and reverse. Instead, I didn't feel like being a hero today, so I just covered shorts, and I'll be looking for reasons to buy the dollar tomorrow. The yen, I think, is also bottoming. Could be another push down, and yields. You guys got to get this correlation. You got to, even if you don't trade the yen, you have to monitor the yen.
You have to, or else you have no edge.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great
It's what we
forecasting
do.
tool for yields. Look at this chart, right? And look at this chart. So,
oh, you bastard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you are. They're very similar charts, and I think they're both bottoming. I think yields could go to 370. There could be another trip down for the yen, especially Mike. Some people think he's going to do nothing tomorrow. I'm not in that camp. Are you?
No.
Okay. Why do you think he's going to do something?
Well, first of all, due to recent events, you think that there would be more of a the opinions are wide range. Why? Because I think the market is going to let listen, aside for another major shoe to drop, which may or may not happen, I don't think any big bank is going to go under. They're looking like 12 to 14 of these little ancillary. I'm not minimizing. I'm sorry to happen, regional banks, but I think they're going to let this play out. I think it's going to. I think what's happening now and how stocks are acting. I'm not saying it should be acting accordingly. I'm not that smart, but things are acting okay right now.
Yeah, in light of all the fear on the street, and all we did was have that one spike in VIX. But I don't know about you, Mike, but I see the VIX down here at 21 in the coming days or weeks in this zone.
I'm looking at the metal trade, the same as the metal trade I'm looking at.
Okay, yeah, same thing. Gold coming off. Actually, gold looks stronger.
Well, I'm looking at both the same. The latter is not the first. I was at the form of the VIX. I have to, I have just, how am I approaching? I'm going to jump to your question. I know you're already going to ask. I don't listen. The stocks have been acting well, but the stocks have been making money with the FANG stocks have been tremendous.
Yeah, the interest sensitive sector with yields coming down 70 bips lit up. Right.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but they're even in their respective sectors, the best of breeds are holding well. There are a lot of dichotomies within their respective sectors, including stocks that may have more of a tendency to make money, like a John Deere you're looking at, as opposed to something like a Toro. What I'm saying is there's proper rotation, there's no fear, and I don't
like this chart. I know Deere's popping, and it may have more left in it, but to me, it's a broken. Some of the heavier stuff, and copper doesn't look bad, but I looked at FCX, I looked at COPEX, they both look negative. The metal looks better than the stocks. There's something going on with the real economy stocks, Mike. That's the way it feels to me.
I couldn't articulate it better than that, and that's really what I wanted to get to.
Okay, and I'm gonna TO the charts to you, because I hear enough of myself talking to people, and I don't know about you, Mike. You ever sitting outside in your backyard and you realize after about 5-10 minutes, why can't I stop thinking about scenarios in the market and what I'm going to do? Are you that crazy too?
It's an occupational hazard.
I
You-
go, can't I just forget about it for a while and
No, I
just,
can't.
look at
When
the
I was in my
birds?
20s, listen, seriously, when I was in my late 20s, and
Yeah.
thank God I didn't develop a raging drug habit. But the fact when I was in my 20s and 30s, I laid down at night. All I was saw with the the coach on, I saw
Yeah.
blinking lights, and I was always like I don't know if you saw like the one like Keno. I'm trying to grab all the stocks left and right, and you know what I mean. So that was for a long time. Now I don't even
Yeah.
care because I have. Listen, I'm being facetious. Well, actually, I am being serious. But the point is that after a 20, almost 30-year career where my numbers amazingly are within fractions of each other through time of day, point losses, they get expanded at certain times. So I look, I just take it as it is. You know what I mean? If you're a good team, you're going to be above 500. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm always gaming it out,
Yeah.
trying to live in the future.
So there are a lot of tells today. So, what do we
Go
have?
ahead.
I have my screen.
Yeah, you
I
got it.
apologize. Let's go to TradeGATEHub, which is most
You're
important.
showing your Skype.
Yeah, I am showing my
Should
Skype.
get that off the screen.
I know. Actually, it's I should get off the screen, but it's
All right.
professional as they come. Hold on a
This
second.
doesn't look good. Is this a silver stock?
Yeah, that's pass. I took a position in it yesterday. I added to it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, no. I listen.
Maybe it'll hold 16.
It will hold 16 because I'm going to tell you, I'll be buying it all the way down. I'm trying to help it.
All right.
Anyway, Nevada came. Listen, I'm going to point to seriousness. Nevada has
Look, I mean, I'm going to make a contrarian call because that's the way I was designed.
You
This
do. You
whole
know that.
rally we've had, put GDX up.
I'm afraid after your opening statement here.
Well, something that you might want to just throw out, or you might want to consider it in your narrative. Okay. So I do believe this area at 22 is a major bottom. We're not going to see these lows again. But this whole rally in GDX, gold was up here. All right. I mean, just blowing past these highs. And so far, all you have is a retrace of this decline. And if we're going to have a period of, what's happening in the banks can be considered deflationary. And if we have a nice dollar rally, like I think, if we have a quality of this move from yesterday's highs, you're going to get like, I don't know, 44.
Coach, this is something.
44.
Like I said, I'm not adding to these. Like I said, this chart could be they could make widgets or flags. It's
Well,
irrelevant.
yeah, I'm just saying that I think that in the weeks ahead is going to be the bottom of wave 2 that sets up for the big money wave 3 to the upside. But people are going to get so disillusioned if these golds don't work, even in a banking crisis, that if they take out recent lows, they will never buy golds again. And that's when it's a buy.
No, you know what?
Okay.
I've heard the latter statement, but Coach,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could wait that long. I'm being dramatic.
Well,
But as you know, I've been pointing out there have been a lot of calls going off similar to the move they made in early November or later
okay. Well,
October.
then, possibility. We'll see if who's right. I could be dead wrong, and all we're getting is a little pullback here in GDX, and we're going to launch again. It's all going to hinge on what the Dixie does. If it breaks under 102, you're right. The dollar's going to make new lows. The metals will continue. If it holds down here 2.5 to 2 and heads up, there's more downside in gold, like maybe at 1800. Okay, that's not
Okay.
a new low, but maybe
No, it isn't.
1800.
As a matter of fact, I would, I guess I would have to take a step backwards and take 2 steps forwards and saying, I guess I would welcome it then. Touche.
Well, like everything, time will tell. So what are you doing here? I know you trade your guts out every day. What's
Only if there's something to
where's
do.
the action? Where's the action today, Mike?
Well, the plan today was, coming in was, obviously to take profits on some stocks that I sometimes wasn't happy with. I took
Yeah.
profits early on some stock. Let me go through the routine first. It's gonna make my point in the end. Everybody, thank you for posting.
Are you looking at Vietnam? I'm looking at this headline here. There's a lot of manufacturing and a lot of things starting to be manufactured in Vietnam as, the what do you call it? Supply chains
You know who would know
are
that? Tim would know
rearranged.
that. Tim
Huh?
would know that. Tim would know that actually.
Yeah, Tim's an international guy.
No, LC's knows he has he knows the area.
Contacts there?
Well, it was one of the
Okay.
earlier offices.
They
If you
should start watching some Vietnam stocks, man. Maybe they have ADRs here.
huh?
I'd like you to research that for me,
Yeah,
Mike.
no problem, Coach. You know what? Now I can. How can I not know it now? How can I go to how can I go to bed not knowing that there's a possibility of being a Vietnam ADR out there? I'm freaking serious, but you know
Yeah.
anyway, all right.
One last thing, it's Geo, Mike, and I know, we're supposed to be laying out trades and everything, but I have to say one thing, that the market is really ignoring geo risk right now because everyone's focus is completely on will the Fed pause or not, instead of Russia and China are not pausing. Okay,
Coach,
that's a
okay,
problem, man.
I understand that, and those are for geopolitical, politicians. I'm a trader. I understand that, and I appreciate your opinion, and I listen to your opinion, not to placate, but like every video has been the past 2 weeks. I'm not that. I am, but I'm not that smart. I can't. Helene says
I
it.
know you just make money, and I do once in a while, but I think people need to think about these things, when they think about their life. Not everyone's a day
Oh, no,
trader,
no. We can get personal. Listen, I
and
got the
that's what we
TV on all
do.
day long. It's
We,
subconscious. It's in my subconscious all day long. It's in the corner of my eye. I get it.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
news person. I'm a voracious reader.
I'm
Trust me.
just saying it seems like, I've talked to when I had Joseph Wang here last week, and he
Yeah.
doesn't, and he really isn't a sensationalist at all.
One of his
Very
better,
low demeanor,
right.
and
One of your
and the,
better interviews.
and he says he's very concerned about the fact that it seems like we want war, the way we're handling everything, and he's a trader, and
That's fair.
he has an eye on that. That could be what's behind the next big dollar rally is, think the tide turns in Ukraine. Europe will get nervous.
Huh.
Okay.
No,
Anyway,
no,
let's
no,
get
noted.
back
Like I
to,
said,
this is just nice to talk about over a Crown Royal,
right.
soda twist, but let's talk about making some money here going
All right.
into the
Stocks that
Fed.
have been on the move that I've been pointing out was ONON. I dissertated that the past couple of days. Foot Locker, Gerard's been posting it. That's a very active quarter stock the past couple of days. As Nike has earnings, I believe this evening. I'll post up later. Pardon me, CSIQ, a stock that reported earnings. And like I said to Gerard, and I did it myself. ONO was another one. I'm just trying to take money off, the table, Coach. I post my position naturally. You know what? Let me go to my screen.
A lot of the guys in the room right now, Gerard and those guys, just scalping or overnight trading, kind of stuff are they doing?
CSI.
That's a nice looking chart.
On the upside, yes, it is. It's a solar stock. And as a matter of fact, I'm shorted now. The short was on the open. Now I'm going to have to battle it. The short was on the open. The gap up at 39.
Yeah.
You turned around, it was 37. And you did have time. So now it broke the opening range. I short over here. It's a weak solar stock. Listen, this is the chart on it. The daily on CSIQ. It's actually one of the stronger ones, but you go back to all the other, the leader, EMPH. That's not a good solar stock. Fizzler. All right. Fizzler's proving me wrong. So this might not have.
Why are you bearish on solar? Just the trade act, the charts.
I'm going by the best. I'm going by the best of breeds. Whenever they make the big moves up, even Maxim was a solar pullback. Run is caught up in the little the California Silicon Valley situation. That used to be a best of breed solar. There's a solar SPWR. I think Warren Buffet's in that. Not kidding. There's SPWR. So it's Fizzler and CSIQ. Like I said, I'm not married to this. It's above all the moving averages. It is below the 50-day, which is really why I started shorting it at 40.45. Short-term trade. So I stuck to my plan. So it might go higher, it might go lower. Probably I'll stick. Where is it now? Where I look to cover it. Hopefully, oh God. If it breaks the opening price of 39.68, maybe it goes down to 39.09. And what do I have right now? What do I have? I have 3,400 shares. So, I wouldn't mind probably taking $1.50 off the table on a trade, whatever. Next, it's not hurting me. I did short some UBS. I was actually up in it right when I got on the air. 2059. It was at 2034. Now it's at 2058. The market's
Do you
popping.
come in every day, Mike, with a list of potential short candidates, or do they just evolve on your screen after you see some price action?
Oh, well, it's part of my routine, coach, and I don't think I'm alone in the routine again. But here's my, I have my list. I don't know if you can see.
Okay.
I have my general universe, which I post every day.
Yeah.
I do my charting. I do work after the market closes.
Right.
Basically, and by the way, it should be this way. Don't get me wrong. Like we
Yeah.
were talking about chart, Paul was talking about what chart trivia. The majority of I know in my head. I'm
Yeah.
serious, and I should
Yeah.
look how look at this thing like this, 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? So the majority, I do know what's up, and the rotation maybe comes a little bit sooner for me than most because, I see what's happening. I've been looking at the same stocks, give or take a dozen for the last freaking 28 years. Even now IBM's even back on it. That tells you what's going on in the world. But with that being said, do I have candidates? Yes. Fortunately, I can't catch every trade, and after those moves are made, or initially, I have to have the discipline of not going after and chasing anything. But
Can I ask you, is XLE approaching the target I had about 72.5? Because crude is starting to diverge down here at $64. It may trade 62. Okay, so it gapped up today. All right.
That's USO. That's the USO.
It's still weak, breakaway gap.
It looks like Apache, the other stock. It's the same type of thing. So the
That's a
stocks are
better
leading the
candle there,
commodity.
though. Apache has a better candle.
Oh no,
today.
I agree. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
So,
that looks like that could roll.
listen, there's things to do. Microsoft was, Microsoft. I don't.
Yeah, what hit it? Wasn't it down like $6 yesterday on what?
Which one? Microsoft was down 7.
Okay, on what? Just
there was
no news. Okay, just profit taking.
Yes, that's probably GFS. Here's the semis were strong. AMD. Okay,
Yeah.
Nevada. They sold AMD was strong into the Nevada meeting today. The high end AMD today, I said, was 99.50 would give it to take. Almost got there to the 100 levels, and they sold it right into the Nevada meeting, which is going on now a bit as I posted. You have to be aware of this plan at 11 o'clock Eastern. GFS, I came in pretty heavy on this thing, as everybody know. I sold a lot of it at the gap up because I felt the semis coming in, and then I bought more, as you see the blue, and then I got the high on GFS at 70.32. It went back to 68.5. That's on I had 3,600 remaining to pull back to it's 8,000. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? So I think that actually petered out. Cisco, I thought was actually going to break out. I was waiting for this. I came in long as I showed, but that wasn't acting the way it quote unquote should. Sometimes I sell them too early. I get that. I'm trying to get better in that. My entries are pretty good, but Cisco wasn't working. So I'm counting.
I'm like that.
What's that?
I'm like that.
Correct.
Better on the entry than the exit.
No, I you know what? That comes from, listen, what made you good is sometimes what makes you bad. I'm here is because I have a fierce day trading background. I do. And that came from watching quarters and eights. And when you're trading 20, 30,000 share blocks when stocks used to move in an eighth of the quarter, you really get a feel. I mean, you used to sit there, how there was chipping away at the offers and the bids and everything, coach. You get a feel of like that, and that helped. But on the flip side, when something goes my way and it flips, but the best thing is never get emotional. That's all you have to worry about. Don't get emotional.
Could we take a look at some crypto related stocks?
Sure.
Because I think we're pretty close to, done on this run in Bitcoin.
Okay.
And it looks pretty good.
Is Mara. There's only a couple of them. We can look at the other one that went out of business, Silvergate, but there's really only Riot. Oh wow, look at Riot. There's Riot, there's Mara, and then you have some Square that's thrown in there, and some AMD's in there as well. But that's those are it's Coin, Mara, and Riot. Foot Locker. FRC breaking high of the day. Schwab still going. ALLY, I had it yesterday. Could have been a hero. That's Warren Buffett's one. He owns
an insurance company.
No, it's Allied Bank. He owns like 22%.
Okay.
I'll look this up. I apologize, but there was rumors that I can't understand why I can't get yesterday's trades on here, but I can get today's. But with that being said, as I bought it yesterday, right here, this move from 22.60 to 24 was the Warren Buffett. I'm not a rumor guy, and I'm not in this mode to make these. You know, in the old days, I buy 20 and I try to make $1 at 70 cents or whatever it is. But this was a rumor. First of all, it should have been right through the gap right here. That was the trade right at 24. But it's the one that Warren Buffett is rumored or increasing his stake in. So Allied. So we're looking at the best of breed. Here's Goldman, still way below the 200 day. I get the bounce. Probably has more to go. 325. Bank of America. I don't know what's here. That's like Google. That's like all these other tech stocks were a month and a half ago. They're
Yeah,
either
you look at the XLF, and these are not mid-sized banks. These are the blue chip stocks, and pretty tough to want to be long XLF down here.
No, like I said, you're one like the semis were the techs were your one major story from that flag or that triangle going one way or the other, and then you're really offside.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're coming to the end of the month, the end of the quarter. We
Good
have
point.
obviously testimony tomorrow. And you know what? It's almost like pool. When you play pool, you don't just try to get one in and be a doofus. You know what I mean? You got to plan 2 and 3 ahead. And this is the type of market you have to.
Okay, Mike. All right. So let me guess. So tomorrow you trade, you come in, you start trading in the morning, you book some stuff, and then hold some stuff and wait for the Fed to get out of the way, or you just keep trading through it.
Let me clarify what the stuff would be. The stuff is
press conference.
Oh no, hold on. Like I said, the stuff that I would hold should be what you do and how you would do it in any time. Don't be prepared to own. If you're wrong, be prepared to own something you like. Don't get stuck in Riven or Lucid. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you're going to be stuck, like it at least. Okay, that's a great line, Mike. Why don't we wrap it with that?
No, I I'm only going to say this, not to pontificate. Somebody does a lot and has a thick skin for a lot of different tools, and it only came from the other side.
Of having to stick with things you didn't like.
No, it's just.
I've had to do that.
I stuck with things that I didn't like, where I wound up knowing the CEO's birthday and the wife's anniversary. I wanted to, you know what I mean? But a winner, I don't even know when they reported earnings. Oh yeah, let it go. But losers, I know everything. The guy's address. But
you ever called the guy, the CEO?
No, sometimes I have called the company and did the old stockbroker investor relations thing. And I acted like a broker, and I got through, and I said, I got freaking 100,000. What's going on here? What would you do? I tell her.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to buy the miners on a dip.
I love you, Mike. I tell you what, it's great working with you. You're one of a kind. I'm telling you, you're unique. There will never be another. I know that. All right, bro.
Listen,
so good luck.
Leave it at this. It's a little bit before 11:25 a.m. See how Euro closes. Yeah. All right. Let everything settle that afterwards. Do some homework and move on.
I think we have, like I said last week, I think we have 4,200 coming in S&Ps. At 4,100, I'll start accumulating July VIX calls. That's my plan. That's my plan. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Noted. Okay. Well, looking good now. Here's what when we go back to my screen. Here's the universe. So
the whole universe. You're like the Carl Sagan of trading. No. How many miles is there in the universe? Billions. In what? How many miles
is in what?
From one end to the other
of what?
The universe. The universe.
I don't. Kyrie Irving thinks it's flat, so he thinks the Earth is flat. So I don't know, Coach. I'm not that.
Yeah, I think you could learn a lot from that guy.
What a fade! What a short he is. Yeah. So listen, stocks are hot today. This ONON. You know what? I was afraid. I wanted to buy a lotto in it. Please go back. If anything, go back to yesterday's video. And that's because yesterday Foot Locker reported, and Foot Locker had a 47 had a $9 reversal, give or take. Now I know Foot Locker is brick and mortar as opposed to on the shares, but then and then Nike has it. So I didn't take the onion. I would have some lottos. You know what? I actually would have held it. And you know what? I tried to short it and be a Weisenheimer. as
Is
Ralph
this the
Rambo.
one I brought up a few months ago? That
Exactly.
athletic?
I brought
And
it up on yesterday's video. I said it. And the
uh,
other one is MBLY.
yeah,
And
so
whoever brought that up,
Kathy, she's good. Father, Kathy Donnelly.
noted. Great call. I can't believe I don't have it. But if I didn't have this, I wanted a market, at least give me 50 cents in it. You know what I mean? And it didn't have a range. It didn't act that well going into it. The other retailers actually started acting a little bit better. It stalled. It is what it is. It's got more room to go. It's one of these stocks
Look
that
at that volume.
but you know what? This is a stock that's going to. I tried to listen.
That's record volume today compared to anything.
I tried to fade it a little bit. I lost. I tried. I played
All right.
around. I'm over it. Now I'd be looking. The trade of the day trading part of it as we enter lunchtime is over. Now you'd be looking to, as 2 p.m. approaches, Etsy breaking high. I'd be looking to buy this thing or get into a position. I'm not going to lie.
So besides providing great content to viewers and people in our community, interviewing smart people makes me smarter.
Birds of a feather flock together. That's why I was
Yeah.
had to hang around with the derelicts when I grew up, because that was it. But
Yeah.
that didn't help.
Well,
So
you
birds of a feather
succeeded.
flock together.
Like I told that guy who he had a Twitter handle, I don't know, with
I saw
something
it.
like,
I was commenting. I had your
what
back.
what was it? It was like, lost and confused, and I said change it,
You
and
said, yeah.
he said, I like to keep my expectations low, and I said, well, you've succeeded.
He's definitely self-deprecating, right?
Anyway, man, good luck in the Fed. I'll see you in the room, Mike.
We are going to see you in the room. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. I'll be in the room all day as always. And by the way, I'm always there, but I like when everybody communicates, thinking I'm not, and then I let them get a rhythm going. But you know what I mean? I'm always there. Thank you for tuning in. Have a plan, and we'll see you after lunch. Cheers.
You're a great moderator, buddy.